your host, Hepburn, and you're listening to the Voiceless Speak Forever podcast, a true crime podcast dedicated to exposing the many misdeeds and abuses done to animals. And every week, I'll be covering a new animal abuse case. Today, we'll be talking about Melissa Yellowega, or known by her Instagram handle, Lucky Luxie Boxes, Life as Mom to Lux, a kitty with a disability. I came across Alexa's story while scrolling through Instagram. I was immediately enamored by the brown faced, black and white cutie, and so touched by how much Melissa loved him and how well she took care of him. And so, when I found out Lux had passed due to complications of his illness, I had to interview Melissa, and she so kindly agreed. My name is Melissa Yellowega. I live in a small town in northwestern Ontario, Canada. I first met Lux as one of the many stray cats near my dad's business. The stray cats frequent between a few businesses just outside of town. While they are being fed and some spayed and neutered, many unfortunately are not. That's how Lux came about. My dad saw him, and we knew we had to take him to the vet for medical care as his eyes were infected and he had an upper respiratory infection, among other things. I wasn't too keen on taking in another cat, as I already had two. But after spending so much time with him while nursing him back to good health, I quickly realized I couldn't let him go. Lux was the cutest kitty ever. He had a little goatee and big paws and eyes. He had a rare disease called mucopolysaccharidosis 7, or MPS 7, a rare progressive lysosomal storage disorder caused by mutation in his genes. This progressive disease, unfortunately, caused him to lose the ability to walk and do most things on his own. The most difficult part of taking care of Lux wasn't anything I had to do physically. It was knowing that he was considered palliative, knowing the condition he had was progressive, and that his life expectancy was shortened because of it. Seeing him have bad days and medical issues as a result of the disease was never easy. Seeing him struggle while losing the ability to walk and slowly depend on us more and more for everyday needs was difficult. I had strong support from family and friends, especially my mom. She did everything for Lux when I couldn't. If it wasn't for her support, I may not have had the time I did with Lux. Lux's illness created a very special bond between us and him, and knowing one day that he would be taken away was hard. My relationship with Lux was like no other. Some say, oh, it's just a cat. But that's not how I feel about him or any of my pets. Having to provide a lot more care and attention to Lux made our bond strong. We spent every day together. He'd go pretty much everywhere I went, except to work. I only spent 3 nights away from him, and that was hard, as it's just not the same. I didn't have the comfort of knowing he'd be next to me. I remember going on road trips with him. I loved every road trip I'd taken with him because I liked to see him enjoying new sights and smells, as likely he wouldn't have been given the chance otherwise. Honestly, I think my favorite memories were always hanging out with him in the backyard, in the grass, enjoying the smells and the sun. Any moments with him was the best. But then, one night, I was giving him treats, like I did every night in bed, and somehow, some way, he barely chewed, mostly swallowed, and I don't know how, but it may have become lodged or just blocked something, but it was a matter of seconds, and he was gone. I don't know if his body was just too weak. It's a traumatic experience to watch him go through that. And although it was extremely fast, seeing him like that, I was trying to pat his back quick, and all of a sudden he urinated and went limp. I'll never forgive myself. After he died, it was quite hard for a bit. Every time I heard a certain song, or watched videos, or looked at pictures, there would be instant tears. I've been much stronger these days, but Some days are still harder than others. I'll never have a bond like the one I had with him. He was my special baby boy, and I would miss him every single day for the rest of my life. Lux has made me a better person. He's taught me to not take life for granted, as we aren't all blessed with healthy, long lives. He has also inspired me to fight for other animals, with and without special needs. Now, I'm helping another boy with special needs. I learned about Sasha through Instagram. His current family contacted me to see if I could help him find a suitable home. His owner has medical issues of her own, and they want Sasha to be given the love and care he deserves. Sasha has the same illness as Alex had, or MPS 7. Although Sasha never had the testing done, his x rays and other medical records point toward it. The reason I want to adopt Sasha is because I want to provide him with all the love and care. Lux had changed my world for the better, and I know I can provide a wonderful home for Sasha given the experience I had with Lux. I started a GoFundMe, and we have now surpassed our original goal. Sasha is now on his way. We are in the process of completing all necessary forms for travel, making sure the correct vaccinations and paperwork are complete so we can fly from Italy to Canada. Hopefully, in just over 1 month, I will be meeting him in Toronto to travel home with him. There are many ways you can help people who are taking care of special need animals, but the best form of help is support. Having a special need animal isn't always easy. Support through words of encouragement and love, and just hearing that you are doing a great job warms the heart and keeps one going on the hardest of days. I want to let everyone know that by adopting an animal with special needs and those without, it would change their life forever in the best way. Oftentimes, special needs animals are overlooked, but if you have the time and means, please consider it. My life has changed in so many ways, and I am a better person today than I was before because of a special kitty named Lux. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing your story with us, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Lux truly was a very special kitty who has stolen many people's hearts, and I hope you and Sasha will have a similar bond as you had with Lux. You are an incredible mom. And with that, thank you all for listening. As always, make sure you share the VSF podcast, rate and review the podcast on wherever you listen to podcasts. Email me anything you want me to cover at VSF period official period podcast at gmail.com, and follow VSF's Instagram page, the period VSF period official. Also, make sure you check out my handmade crochet dog and cat toys available on VSF's official website, thevoicelessspeakforever.com. A new line is coming out very soon, so please be on the lookout for that. This time, a human can enjoy it too. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Toodles!